Hello guys. In this episode I'm talking with András. He is retired city planner architect from Budapest, and we met by chance. I stayed in his Airbnb. We just started talking and this happened. He had really interesting life. He was living and planning city in Budapest, in Hungary. He was living in Warsaw. Also, he was living in New York and working as an architect. He told me about his life and some of crazy stuff he lived through, like having 3 wives, 3 divorces, and almost getting killed in plane accident. He had some opinion about 9/11 as an architect, and I really enjoyed this podcast. I really enjoyed conversating with him. Let me know what do you think, and enjoy the episode. Why did you go to Poland?
I was in 1969 first in Poland because my wife was Polish girl.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful Polish girl, and she was student in Warsaw, and we lived in Warsaw, in Mokotów.
But you met her here or in Poland?
Here, we met here. She was a tourist in Budapest, and then we did the małżeństwo.
Marriage.
Marriage,
Yes.
And that was in the biggest cloister in Hungary, in the church. Hungary. This is Pannonhalma.
But it's like you met her and she went back and come here, or she stayed here?
No, she went back, and I finished my study. I got the diploma, and then I traveled to Poland and start to work in my profession first in Poland, in Warsaw.
It's
like an urbanist.
It's like a very romantic story. Right now, people are meeting on like apps or something. Like it's totally different. Yeah. And how was it in Poland?
I was 4 years in the city planning bureau, like urbanist, and I designed settlement in Mokotów, where is the panel buildings. This is my work.
What street is it? You don't remember?
I don't remember the street, but was the name of the project, and I don't remember. And I was there 4 years, but unfortunately, then we rozwód. Polish?
Divorce.
Yes. And I came back to Hungary, and I start work the same Budapest City Planning Bureau.
But don't like what happened that you split up with this girl?
What happened between us?
Yeah. If it's not too private.
Because first we decide if she finish the study, we gonna together go to Hungary forever. And she was on the first class in university. She was 17 years old,
Oh, wow.
and I was 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's like just a kid, like 17. It's
yeah,
very, very young. You don't know anything
very
about
young.
life. Yeah.
She was 17, but before 18, to not the Geburtstag. It's not
Mm-hmm.
was feel. And when she was on the last class in first grade, and 4 years later, she decided that not come to Hungary
Mm.
because she was very patriot, and I liked the Polish people,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't stay there a long time, and
Mm-hmm.
we discussed a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end,
Yeah, it's hard. Like
yeah,
I left Poland last year in April,
yeah,
and I I I don't know. It's you are so used to this country you live in. You were born. That's it. Like it pulls you to come back. Like for
mhm,
me, I was traveling and then living in Georgia, but in
uh-huh.
the end, I felt like I should go back. Like right now,
And how long do
it's
you
hard
live in?
to.
Oh, 7 years in
No,
Georgia.
no, just 1 year.
Oh, 1 year
1 year, yeah. 7 years in Warsaw.
in Warsaw.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. And when I came back here, I started to work in the same city planning bureau in
Mm-hmm.
Budapest, and I did the general plan to Budapest and the agglomeration.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on this, and then I left this office, and then I start to design the blocks, the old building blocks in the city of the Budapest,
Mm-hmm.
like rehabilitation, the old buildings to
Reconstruction.
reconstruction,
Oh, okay.
the design. And I was the chief of the bureau on the district 6 district, where is the main street, András út, Király utca. It's a center of the
Mm-hmm.
town.
Mm-hmm. I was driving yesterday, and I seen like very historical buildings, like looking
Historical
very, very
building,
good.
right?
Like
Very nice.
yeah.
No, I worked there 6 years, and then I uh, married again.
Mm-hmm. This time not Polish.
No, Hungarian girl, and then she got the scholarship stipendium in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
United States,
Yeah, in Washington.
because she was graphic,
Mm-hmm.
and she had the connection, and they was invited, and she got the scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And after half years, I visit her in New York. She provided to New York, and
Mm-hmm.
I visit her in New York. And I was there, and I thinking about to find the architectural job in America.
Mm-hmm.
And I read the telephone book, looking at the Hungarian name and Hungarian architect,
Mm-hmm.
and I find 2 or 3. And I called and I asked, I am here and I work. And one told, it's okay to come and work here. I told, okay, I go back, but I coming in beginning of this. That was August,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of December, and then I can start. And they applied for the work permit for me to the government,
Mm-hmm.
and they paid me just 40% of the salary
Oh, of course. Yeah.
until I got the permit from the government to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, the chief told me, if I got this, he gonna give me back the other 60% what he
Mm-hmm.
subtract.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this. I stayed. I got 3 years to be there for the work. It's a government. It's a 3 years HB1 visa.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know
heard.
this?
Yes.
HB1.
HB1 is for special for experts in the field.
In the field,
Yeah.
if you have a work, of
Yes,
course,
yes.
that has to be guaranteed the work.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked 3 years there, and I extended another 3 years. And
what do you think about United States? You're only living in Boston, right?
no, in New York,
In New York.
because she
Relocated.
relocated to New York from Boston, and I visit there, and I find a job in New York. And then I extend the time. I got another 3 years for the H1B. And meantime, I divorced. After 5 years, I divorced. Then I lived there in New York, but I had a friend here in Hungary, and they told, oh, they have a relative in New York, and they give me the address. They send me, because every year I came here 2 times. One is national.
And how did you contact with people? You wrote letters, or because then there was no internet, right? So how did you keep in contact with people?
By phone.
By phone.
By phone, but not Skype. But
of
it
course,
was
yeah.
not Skype. That was what year? That was 1989 when I was
89. Okay.
1989 December.
But still, it was probably very expensive to call, right?
Yeah, it's roaming. And 1989 December 1st or 2nd, I decided to buy the airplane ticket in Vienna, because I think it's better to go by train to Vienna and from Vienna to New York directly. And I was in Vienna. I was a couple of airplane office in between the Pan Am. Do you know the Pan Am? Pan American.
Yeah.
Air
Yes.
Company. And after I decide, no, I don't go from. It's better to transfer and start from Budapest. And I buy the ticket for the Swissair. And in Zurich, I had to transfer. And I fly to New York. In New York was a big avaria.
Like
because the same day crashed the Pan Am 109 in Lockerbie.
The one you would really? Wow. Wow.
I could buy the ticket on the same plane, but I decided don't buy the ticket. I take the Swissair.
But
that was blown up by Arabs. Did you hear about?
No.
That was a Pan Am 109, 103. Look at in internet.
It's recording.
Okay.
But I believe you.
Okay.
But why didn't you?
What?
Why did you decide not to go with this plane? Like, did you have like a feeling or something?
Because I think it's gonna be cheapest, and was not cheapest. And I thought, oh, it's the same price. Why I make travel to go to Vienna and better to Hungary.
Wow.
And
So you're a very lucky man.
I live the life.
Yeah.
And when I arrived, my wife waiting for me, the second wife, and then she rent an apartment. I work there. I live there, and I worked in the office. What I got the job, and after 6 years, I divorced my wife, and a couple of years I was single.
But you haven't had children.
I start to explain to you the relatives, and they send me the package, the relatives in New York when I was here, because I every year 2 times fly back and forth the plane, and I meet with here. They gave me. I find these relatives. That was a beautiful girl. Oh. No,
Another divorce?
She became the third wife.
Oh, really? But you haven't had children from previous marriages?
No. No.
That's easier, right?
Even this third wife had already children, a small baby. And I married with her with the baby. And we lived in Manhattan, in the center.
Yeah.
But a small apartment.
But it's very expensive there, right?
It was expensive.
Right now, it's I seen the prices, and it's absolutely like you have to be very rich to live there. Yeah. Or you live in like an apartment smaller than
good salary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but bigger part of the salary is the rent, but the rest is enough to live and even save some money. And when I work there, I have relatives here too, of course, my brother, his family, and my friends, and they visited out in New York, and they about came for 2 weeks for the program, and I did the program with them, travel around, and we was at the Niagara Falls.
I would like to do that.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, whole country, whole US.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
nice
country, and of course in the seaside. We used to go to beach next to New York, Jones Beach, and we enjoyed the life there. And I had a job in the office, and in the year 1999, I came back to Hungary, and I had the history of the filmmaking in Hungary.
Just like a hobby, or
I was the chief of the filmmaker club for the young people, amateurs. You know what is amateurs?
Yeah.
10 years I was the chief. I teach the people how to make film with the 8 millimeters. You know this?
Old school, yeah.
Super 8.
Yeah.
And we start every year in the competition, the country competition, amateur
in
film
Hungary?
Clubs in Hungary.
In Hungary, yeah.
When I lived here. And always during 5 years, every year we win the first prize.
Nice.
It was very good. Another thing
it was short film?
Yeah, everybody get the material, get the camera, went to the what he wants. He bring to meeting, to the club, and we talk about, and we tell how to fix it, how to make bigger, better, and they he sent to the competition the film, and he won. And the top was when I did the film, 16 millimeter color, half an hour. He's in the costume.
What was it about?
In the horse. That was a triangle, love triangle.
Ah, okay.
On the base, the writer Stevenson. The title was "Is This a Murder?" And it's a very sophisticated story.
So it's like a thriller?
Like a thriller.
Somebody
right?
get killed.
Right. Somebody get killed, right? And,
Okay.
And I won this film on the world competition for the amateur films, silver medal.
Nice.
It was good. It was here big result here in Hungary too, in the competition. So, and then I got member of the young filmmakers in Hungary, what paid by the government, this who finished the academy, they got money to make film for the experience for the film, and I became the member.
Like a grant?
It's a grant, right? Yeah. And there was a 5 years, 5 person, the management in the club, and they decide who can get from this money for his film. And I did the film. So
at the time you were you're living here and you were working
before I went to America. That happened everything.
Before. Okay.
Before 1898, right? And when I came back,
what do you think? Tell me, what do you think about America? Like that, then it was like different time, obviously, than now. But it was like, I think it was time when there was this American dream. Everybody wanted to be in America.
Yeah. At the beginning was not the dream, just a very difficult life. But I hope that it's gonna be better and better, and I feel it's better and better. And first, what I learned in America, it's no excuse. No excuse. If you do something what they give you to do, or you voluntarily do this, and you don't finish and you don't succeed, no excuse. Listen, you promise, you don't do, go. Here, before and now, always, I'm sorry, I can do this, but that was the reason. That. No explanation. This is America.
Yeah. They have like more entrepreneurial spirit, like capitalism. You are good or you are out.
Out, right. Yeah. And then I had to hard work to don't make mistake, because that was not so scary, but was very initiative to step forward.
Yeah. If you want to be promoted, to have better job, better money, you have to show that you want to do that, right?
That was good feeling. Another thing is the freedom is that other people has obstacle to keep my freedom. this is my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
If the people has the obstacle, don't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to the same thing tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
I have obstacle to don't hurt other people. And this is the freedom. I have to agree with this to I can do this and this and this because I heard other people. But they have the same obstacle what they can't hurt me. And that was my feeling in America.
Mm-hmm.
And that was feel better free there than here. Because here lot of
But I don't exactly understand. You mean that people, you're not hurting somebody else is not your obstacle, or is it your obstacle?
They had this is the law. The obstacle is the law, and the law guarantee for me
So
the freedom.
the law in America is
Yeah.
a lot better for you than here.
Than here.
That's exactly what I never been in America in US, but I consume a lot of content from America, and everybody is telling that in Europe it's hard for a small person to do something because of the law, and in America
A lot of people under exception here. There, no exception, no explanation, no exception, just the law. Keep the law or don't keep the law. If you don't keep the law, they catch you. Here, some people never catch, especially right now.
Yeah.
You know, so that was another learning in America. They did something wrong because the September 11.
Yeah.
I was there.
Really?
One day before collapsed the World Trade Center, I was under the building.
Wow.
Because I worked in New Jersey at this time.
Do you remember where were you when it happened? Because a lot of people say they remember exactly what they were doing.
2001.
No, at this day. This day.
Right.
What did you do? Do you remember when they told you?
Everybody remember.
Yeah.
Everybody. I worked in New Jersey, not in New York. I lived in New York. No, even I lived in New Jersey at this time. Because I was here in Hungary in 1999. And then when I went back I got the job in New Jersey. And before I went there, after I got the job. And then I provide my stuff to New Jersey. And I drive to the work in New Jersey, and I hear in the radio, one sport airplane hit the World Trade Center. That was the first in the sport. And the World Trade Center is fire on the 80s store. And then I drive to my workplace, and they told, we heard in the radio this happened. I told, me too in the radio. And no TV, no, here is no TV, but we worked. And when I went home, then I opened the TV. I see every day they show that the under the fire, and even the collapse, the building.
Yes.
100.
Have you heard about the theories of that it wasn't. Do you believe these theories that it wasn't because of this plane? I heard a lot of theories that
Listen,
it shouldn't collapse.
Internet.
You are architect, so
Yeah, I'm architect,
yeah.
and I have opinion, right?
Yeah.
The internet is full of these films, which is try to prove this is impossible. Impossible, the explanation by the government, because this building had the core concrete. It's a concrete tower because the lift elevators, because the elevators, and this is the concrete core. And if you see these pictures, you see how fast collapse the building. It can be, because if you fall down the stone, it's very quick collapse. And if the earthquake, the floors is coming like this, one of each other.
Slowly, because it's
slowly, right.
And it was the from the footage I seen, it was very fast, like
right.
It went down immediately.
It can be. This is the
I
blow
seen,
up. This is the blow up. What is the blow up? And how blow up? When you remove the old building and they have the columns, they cut like this. Why? Because if they don't cut like this and collapse, so everything is fall this way. But if they cut the column right, this is just and collapse down. Lot of columns was cut like
so
this.
it went, because if it was natural, it would fall on the side, right? On the one or another.
Yeah, because the column different.
And then other building
right.
would be destroyed.
Right.
But it went exactly
It went
down.
exactly. Yeah. This is a professional remove the building. Like
I don't know anything about this, but I seen these videos that would explain it couldn't be,
like
from
this.
this plane. And
I couldn't be.
It's interesting that you are an architect and you're saying the same thing.
This is the two thing. Another thing, the most important, the kerosene burning on the 1200 Celsius degrees, and steel melt under 2000 Celsius. How can the steel melt with 1200 Celsius? It can be.
And it was melted, right?
It was melted. It was like this, the columns.
Sometimes I don't want to know. Like,
oh my God. This is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
It
Absolutely.
seems like it, definitely.
Because the pretext to attack Iraq.
Because of oil.
Well, yeah.
So why? Let's change the topic.
Because somebody's here. And
yeah.
No.
We will go to jail. So why did you? When and why did you come back from US?
I had a house. I built a house, and I got the bank loan. And
wait a moment.
Oh, okay. And I bought an old house and spent the loan to rebuild, reconstruct, and I did 2 apartments there. And I lived there and paid The
You mean here or in US?
US in Queens, in New York. And I paid the monthly. What is the monthly? No rent, just
like a fee or something?
Yeah, monthly fee about the loan.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
mortgage.
Mortgage,
Yeah.
And I couldn't finish, couldn't paid later because my we built together 2 apartment with my friend, and he died. And from my one salary, I couldn't pay the.
So did you
part
sell it?
Right. And I tried to sell it, but I think if I don't pay, I can't pay. I live there more than 2 years and not paid. 2 years.
And
not
they
paid.
didn't.
But I prepared myself to come back.
That
was one thing. Another thing, I had, in the beginning, I worked in the office in New York, in Manhattan. But after I did my license, architectural license, and I opened my office, and then I worked. I designed a couple of one-family houses there, and then was the rules from the building rules is much and much harder, and the less and less contract with the new design, and that was the other reason. It's a 2 reason, and I built here already a house, not this, just another house in Gödöllő. And when I come back I live there, and then meantime I bought this old house and I built this, and now I provide here.
Okay.
So this is the short story.
This is good story. So
Okay.
did you finish on the third wedding or third marriage, or?
I divorced. Good question. And the baby now is 25 years old.
Nice.
We keep in touch. We call, and she in America, I'm here. She was here 1 month ago, and we meet and
Oh, nice.
Contact we have, but
Can you tell me something about Hungary, because I don't know anything. Like
about
it's my
Hungary?
Yes, I'm first time
Listen,
here. And
Hungary is the very, very old country. Did you hear the Attila the Hun? Attila.
The
Hun from
Conqueror.
Yeah. He won against the Roman Empire. Do you hear this?
He was from here.
And that was his territory, Hungary, the Carpathian. And but there is another nationality, ethnics.
Yeah.
The Magyar,
like a tribe.
tribe. In Asia. And they tell we are relatives with the China, we are relatives with the Mongols, we are relatives in the people living in East. Even the Koreans.
Is it
the
true?
Same, some, because they did the.
Because I seen some Asian people here,
Right.
but mostly it's like
It's
white people.
Right.
Yeah.
Some Hungarian people who came here 1,000 years ago, 1896. That was the Hungarian Hungarian tribe, arrived to Carpathian Basin from Asian. But the history tells before they lived here, Hungarian people also, who was relatives with Attila, with the Huns. And they joined together here. And that was the proof that they came very peaceful, because no fight against the people who lived here. You know, just they came home, or they find his relatives here. And now that was a very, very good area for the
Agriculture?
animals to
It's very green.
gain,
Yeah.
right? And they founded in year 1001 the first king, Hungarian, Saint István. István the first saint who got the crown with the Pope, the Roman Pope. And then 23 kings was the same dynasty. Always who died the father, the son inherited the country and they ruled. But after 23rd, it's no son, because the daughter is not count.
After 2023? So it's finished, like dynasty is finished?
Never. In Hungary, always rules the man.
Okay, yeah.
No. And they had the daughter, but it's no more king. And
so
and
what's
then
now?
They had to invite another king from Anjou. That was the Anjou. Ladislav. And then coming the different dynasty was Anjou, or Luxembourg dynasty. And at the end, in the 1880, 1870, the 18th centuries, 18th centuries, the Habsburgs. The Habsburg is the Austrian, Vienna, and they ruled here in Hungary. And after the First War, because in the First War we was in one organization with the German people, we lost the First War, the Hungary and German, and Central. The name is Central Empire, and was the Entente, the English, the French, the Americans, and they won. And then because the Hungary was in this war, and the Hungary had a lot of ethnics.
So it was Germany and Hungary, or was it someone?
And Italian, I think so, right. And that was the main, and the Habsburg, Austria, German, Hungary, it's a big central. And we lost, and the biggest punishment got the Hungary, because the 1,000 years we owned the whole Carpat Basin. Even we had connection to the Adria. We had a port in Adria, and they took the Entente. The other countries did. We had to sign. They took 2/3 part of Hungary, his territory.
And what countries are those now? Do you know?
It's Romania.
Mhm.
It's a Transylvania, was Hungary.
Mhm.
It's a half of Romania, Transylvania. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Hungary.
alright.
Slovakia, full Slovakia was Hungary.
Mhm.
The Pozsony, the capital of the Slovakia, built by Hungary, Hungarian people, and when the Czechoslovakia, you know,
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
they was together. Then Slovakia was part of the Czechoslovakia. They took it
Mhm.
from the Hungary. That was the upper part of the Hungary.
Mhm.
The south part was Vajdaság, it's the Serbia. Got a lot of Hungarian people live
Mhm.
there. And even we was together with Austrian people in the first war, and even they took part of Hungary because we was together. We lost the war, but they took part of. This is a Burgerland
There
in
is no
Austria.
loyalty.
It's terrible,
Yeah.
and we lost half of the popularity of Hungary because these ethnics had the separate country,
Mhm.
separate government.
And how is it right now?
Now we are the member of the European Union, no more border. Even Romania is no border. Schengen, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
Schengen.
Like
This,
when I was
you
out
love it?
of when I was out of European Union,
Yeah.
like
You had to the visa. You applied.
no, in Turkey and in Georgia you don't have to have visa,
Uh-huh.
but you can feel the difference when you are going through borders.
Yeah.
They treat you not well. Like even though you have like permit, you can go.
Yeah.
They look
What
at
country?
you in Turkey, in
Turkey.
Georgia. They are a lot nicer, but in Turkey,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
not
And
nice.
you know what is the biggest, what is pain for Hungary? Even Ukraine take part of Hungary under Carpathian. This is Hungarian territory. Now it belongs to the Ukraine, and they had a very, very tough time there with under the Ukraine.
Like
Even
the
they can
Hungarians.
Hungarian people.
Mhm.
No Hungarian language. It's permitted. It's forbidden in the school. You can just and the first grade school
Mhm.
to first 8 classes. It's you can, but if you go to the middle school or the university, no Hungarian
Mhm.
language. You know, it's even Slovakia. You can Hungarian middle school and even you know that.
You can see that in many countries. How to say it? Like the cultural background is getting like muddy. It's
Right.
going down. Like it's
Right.
a globalism right now. Like
Globalism, but you
everybody is
know
speaking
the
English or
Hungarian
Russian, and
ethnics, every countries they keep the old 1,000 years heritage. They keep
Mhm.
seeing the clothes, the customs, the the history, to everything. They
Yeah.
keep at home, and they forbidden public. For example, in Ukraine,
Yeah, like
it's
with
terrible.
Poland, there was no Poland for 100 years on the map, and the
Yeah,
people were
that
still
was the
talking. It was
yeah.
forbidden, but people were still talking in
Right.
Polish, and finally we
Right.
got back the country. But yeah.
But interesting now in Ukraine, a lot of people talk Polish because that belongs to the Poland.
Mhm.
But Second World War, the Soviet Union take this part and add to the Ukraine, but the Poland got Silesia, that was
Mhm.
German.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, the whole country was pushed to west.
Yeah, when
Right.
I see on the history like a map of Poland, it's
Right.
like it changed a lot. Like
A lot.
and probably with Hungary and other countries too. Like
And
it's those borders are like it's not real.
yeah. And this is the reason that Polish people not complain too much about the change the border like Hungarian people, because we didn't get nothing, just take it to third part of Hungary for 5
You know,
different
I
countries.
think Polish people were just I don't think they were happy with, because we got a lot smaller country than it was, but
Yeah,
we were just happy that we have country again, and that's it.
the historical country.
Yes, yes.
No, Hungary has the Polish king, Ulászló,
Mhm.
and Poland has the Hungarian king, Batory. Did you hear about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
In Krakow,
yeah.
the Jadwiga was the Jagiellon.
Yes, yes, yes.
Jadwiga was the wife of the Batory
Yes.
and the king, the Hungarian.
Yeah.
So in the history, we have a lot of
Yeah, when I
connection.
came here, I like it's similar looking country. Like you can see the differences with historical buildings,
Yeah.
but at like at most it looks similar to Poland, the Hungary.
Yeah.
But how is the what do you think about? I don't want to get too political, but what do you think? It's Hungary is going in good direction. What do you
No,
think?
it's very bad.
Really?
Very bad because we have the only one country who fighting against the European Union rules, not the Hungarian people, the Hungarian government, because they gonna the his money what they steal, they want to keep this money, and they don't want to follow the rules of the European Union about the justice, about the civilian organization, about the media. Everything is like in the dictator. They every day bring the new rules to
Hungarian government.
Hungarian government to make shorter and shorter the rights of the Hungarian people for the critic the government. Now they gonna kill the media what is against tell the truth against the government, because they don't want to discuss. No discuss. If they tell the truth, they have to keep silence. This at this time, and it's not good. It's a wrong direction. I think so.
Yeah, of course. There has to be freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, that's
and
the
they
main
tell,
thing.
okay, freedom of speech. You have internet. You can everything. But the internet, a lot of people don't have the internet because they're very in the country. A lot of very poor people. They don't have even the computer. They don't have even the mobile.
So they just listen to propaganda.
And just the propaganda. Go to the,
Yeah,
you know, and this
that's
we
terrible.
don't like this. But now there is a how to say közvéleménykutatás. It's a very difficult word. They gonna tell how many people against the government and how many people support.
I know.
What is they?
I don't know. I don't remember the word.
Right. And there is numbers. And now it's
So it's like
yeah.
people will vote. Are
Mhm.
they against or are they with government, right?
Yeah. And now against the government is more people on the base of the investigation
Mhm.
than under the government. And there is a one party who is supported, who gonna like in America. Before was 6 different party, and they
Now it's two in
now we have 6 different,
uh-huh.
but very poor, one
Uh-huh.
2%, and there is a one who is more supporting than the government one, and now it's gonna be next year a very uh, interesting
Election, yeah.
election.
Mm-hmm.
How it's gonna come out
Mm.
because a lot of
It's
people support.
like you can see from every side, you can see a lot of propaganda, and people, like the politicians, lie so much that you can't even know what is true. You have to
No.
be like
Yeah,
normal people who are not very interested in politics.
yeah,
They don't understand. They just see,
yeah.
they just hear one politician is saying that, the other one saying
That's
different thing, and
right.
what should you believe? Like,
Even
it's
in the government there are politics. They tell something and later tell something against the same politic, and
it's
it's
very known thing in
yeah,
Poland.
it's very confused, you know.
Yes, yes.
So
I hope it
in
will be
Poland,
good. I
I
hope
think
it will be good in Hungary.
would be good next year.
In the end, it always is going
Right,
good.
but in Poland, it's getting better and better. I think so.
Today we have election for president.
Today,
Yeah, second.
Tusk
No.
is
Tusk. It's like Trzaskowski
Trzaskowski.
and Nawrocki, because there was
Nawrocki.
first tour of
Mazowiecki
election.
was the president. Mazowiecki.
Duda,
Duda, the
Andrzej
president.
Duda.
The
Yes.
Mazowiecki was the prime minister.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No?
no. I don't know. Who is it now? It
Okay.
was the other one.
The
I don't remember. Sorry.
Kaczynski was.
Kaczynski is like
Kaczynski.
head of one party.
No, but he was the prime minister.
Not officially. Officially, he's not head of a
No?
party,
Yeah.
but unofficially, everybody knows he is.
Okay. So, and the Duda is the president, and he is gonna be elected now?
No, he's not even trying.
Yeah,
It's
not
between
trying.
the second
Yeah.
tour between Trzaskowski and Nawrocki.
Trzaskowski, Nawrocki. And what direction? One or another? European country,
Yeah, well,
European
Trzaskowski
Union or
is more with European Union, and
Union?
what everybody is saying
Right.
in European Union, and Nawrocki is
They
more
are
with
more,
like Polish independence.
uh,
But they are both like
in my country is the biggest law now the sovereignty.
mhm.
Sovereignty, it means to don't talk what we do in home.
Mhm.
Nobody has the right to
And you
tell
think it's correct or no?
No,
Mhm.
it's stupidity. If we are member of European Union, we in a club, what we take the rules, we resign part of our sovereignty when I get in this club, and it has to be followed. It can be because, or step it out.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you should, like, in my opinion, and I think like Polish people also are most likely going to say something like that. It's, you should follow the rules. You should be in this coalition, but sometimes we can see that in Poland the rules which European Union is choosing is
Yeah.
not very good for us.
Not
Like,
very
for
good.
example, European Union wanted us to get euro, and it
Okay.
would be very bad for us,
Bad
and
for-
probably for
Oh, yeah,
Hungary
yeah.
also.
Yeah, we long time
It
we
gets very expensive.
opposed, and still we have all requirements
Mhm.
to provide this, but
I seen, for example, Croatia, and it was very cheap when they had their own
yeah.
currency, but now it's getting expensive.
Expensive, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Montenegro. I was in Montenegro like last week, and it's also getting
it's
expensive.
expensive,
It's still okay, but I can see that because of euro, it's getting up.
getting up,
But I don't
and the
know. I
dollar
don't
is
know.
getting down. Very, very sad, because I have some dollar in America at this time in the bank, and it's less and less.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the Trump doing. What
It will go up. Don't be worried. It will go up.
I hope. The space for the American economy in the world economy. He looking for. He put harder rules, and here is left, or always he experiment, but everybody is confused. Nobody
I
can
think
count for the future. No,
I think he's just trying to make, because US has a lot of debt, like so I think he's trying to make this debt value less and try to pay it off partially. So short term, it doesn't look good what he's doing with these
no,
tariffs.
short term is
But I think I don't know. I think long term it will be okay.
hope.
Let's hope that.
And how is Georgia?
Georgia, yeah. I went there mostly because I heard a lot of good things about Georgia, about Georgia, about people and taxes.
Taxes. Okay.
Taxes are very low.
And they are
You pay
on
just
the
1%.
side of the Putin or not?
They had protests, very big protests when I was there, because there is one party which want to go to European Union.
Yes.
And they were in government. They were having the power, and in this winter they had election, and pro-Russian party won.
Oh,
yes, but people are not agreeing with that.
Another thing here,
they say that the elections were set up, that it wasn't, and the protests were huge.
Oh.
Absolutely huge.
But
like
who rules
thousands
now?
and thousands of people, pro-Russians.
Pro-Russian.
Yeah.
This is why they are the friend for the Hungarian government, the Orban, because the Orban is pro-Russia.
Okay.
This is the friend. And Slovakia, Fico is the same. These three countries now pro-Russia. And
I don't know, to be honest. I heard from one side and from the other side a lot of stuff about Russia and about America and the fight between them, but it's a lot of propaganda. So I want to see it. When war will end in Ukraine and Russia, I will go there, and I want to see it with my own eyes how it is, because I met, like, even in Georgia, in Georgia, I met Russian people, because there is a lot of Russians there, and some of them ran from Russia to Georgia because they don't like the government. And I met both people who were saying that Russia is great, and people who are saying that Russia is very bad, very.
But most of people who Russia is great is the Russian people who, after the Soviet Union, they left there, right?
It was the people I met. It was young people, like in my age.
Young people, but his parents and the grandparents under the Soviet Union, they moved there, like in Georgia, like in Ukraine. And
to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how it is.
Like
I'm
in
just
Estonia or Latvia, a lot of Russian people live there, but they don't have the good situation now, because they don't like the Russian. And Poland don't like the Russian.
There is
historical.
yes,
Yeah, I know.
But we have
understand.
from both sides. We have problems from Germany and from Russia.
You know, it's very strange. We had the same thing, Hungary, and the Hungarian government pro-Russia. To a lot of people, it can't tolerate, can't understand.
I think it will change. Like in Poland, there is always in government is changing. In few years, there is one party winning, the other, and so it's like a balance between European Union and I can't say they are pro-Russian. This other party, but they are more likely to be somewhere in the middle. So I don't know. I think both sides have something to say, but who is right? I don't know.
Poland is between.
Yes.
And
between two powers.
Two powers. But did you hear about the 1956 revolution in Hungary?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I wasn't very big on history.
Okay.
But let's hear it.
Listen, that start in Poland when the Soviet Union rules in this previous socialist country. That was Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Poland. That was the buffer zone. And now, when the European Union, when the Soviet Union is collapsed, then this country joined to the European Union. But in 1956, start against the raise up against the Soviet Union in Poznan. Did you hear about? No. Poznan, the workers. That was the communist country. The workers ruling the workers and the agriculture workers ruling the country. That was the logo. And in Poznan, the workers stand up against this Soviet Union. This
what year was it?
1956. And then the I forget the name. Who was no, okay. And the army against the revolutionary people, and they was defeated. This, but we hear about in Hungary, the Hungarian people, and we had a very bad system. If I tell you this example, the neighbor called that my neighbor has the dollar. Oh, it's very bad because it's connection with the West. The West was the biggest enemy, the imperialist against the communist. And if you have the dollar, you go to jail. And
I think it was like that in Poland also.
Also,
yeah.
And then the police come and did the search the whole apartment and went to the bibliothèque, the books on the shelves.
Library, yeah.
Yeah. Take the book, put the dollar, put back, and tell the owner, because 5-6 people in the apartment, and tell the owner, one of, come here, take the book and open. You see, you have a dollar. Jail. That was.
Yeah, I heard the stories in Poland too.
Yeah.
When with communists, those are
communists. Yeah. Okay, and 1956 was the people was told enough, no more. Another thing, we had the best soccer team on the world, Puskás. Did you hear about this name? And we qualified to the World Meisterschaft, World Cup, in the final. And everybody was sure that we're gonna win the first place, and we lost. The Hungarian people was so bad mood. That was the other thing. And the other, we hear that in Poland they raised up, but was defeated, but then the people don't have nothing to lose.
Oh, okay.
And they
started revolution.
Started the revolution with the weapons, a lot of weapons. And then the Russian come here with the tanks. And the Hungarian, very young people, 13 years old was the youngest revolutionary. But it's 20, 25, 30 years old Hungarians fighting against the Russian army, what was the biggest army and the most strong army on the world. And they won.
Wow.
The Russian thought they're gonna go out. And they start to leave Budapest with the tanks. And we had the legal prime minister, Imre Nagy. And we start the rebuild the country and start the economy without the Russian, without the Soviet government. And
wow.
And we every day listen the radio from America, and they told we come to help to you to keep your freedom, and never come, because they told Hungary is not our szövetség, not our
ally,
bond, not in our bond, Hungary.
Yeah.
And we don't take any responsibility, because maybe they was afraid about the atom bomb, because Russia had the atom bomb, America had the atom bomb, and if they fight in Europe and one is on the loose, they can use the atom, they told. But and when the Russian hear that the America don't support the Hungarian, they come back. And 2 weeks, they destroyed the whole thing and put it back the Soviet method, Soviet government. That was the 1956.
With allies, it's like there is those unions and friends and loyalty until something happens. Then there is no loyalty.
Right. Now, in America, sometimes Hungarian people talk about the 56, what the America did, but after the America was very good, so 200,000 people escaped from Hungary after this, from the Russian.
I don't think it's possible for those things to change, because, like, look, we talked about World Trade Center. Like, they still are saying it was like natural, it was just because of the plane.
Yes.
So are they going to change their politics about different countries? Like,
it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
But hello. So
yeah, I think we will end. Yeah. Thank you.
More than 1 hour.
I don't know. Let's see.